Everyone knows that buying a car is definitely not the best financial decision. It's rather satisfaction of some of emotional needs, or at least investment in your own time. Hence, it doesn't make any sense to discuss things like opportunity costs. However, it still makes sense to talk about what car you should buy, a new one or pre-owned one, and how to get the greatest value for the best price. And in this video we will cover both of these topics so that you would have a better understanding what path to choose. My name is Led, and on this channel I'm sharing my knowledge about personal finances, money management and savings. If it's something that you're interested in, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon in order to stay tuned with my latest releases. And before we begin our journey, I would like to share with you the agenda of this video. So at first, I will talk about some pros and cons of purchasing a new car. Afterwards, discuss what are the advantages and disadvantages of purchasing a pre-owned one. And lastly, I want to share with you what option would I definitely choose and what are the most important arguments for myself. And now let's talk about purchasing a new car right from the showroom. The very first arguments towards such decision is that you will be the first owner of a car. There might be different reasons why you would need it. For example, you just want to show to your friends, your colleagues, your family that you are able to afford a new car and you are wealthy enough to buy it. Another reason might be is that you cannot psychologically accept that if you would buy a pre-owned car, someone had been using it before you. In this situation, you have two options: either work it out for yourself how to solve this, your internal issue or problem, or just accept it, live with it, and buy a new car. Another reason might be is that it was an internal motivator for you to save more money, earn more money, find ways to earn more. In this case, you are in a good position because as soon as you would buy that car, now you can work towards other financial goals to build financial independence, invest money, and earn more. And the last reason why you would like to buy exactly a new car is that because you're influenced by marketers and sales guys. These people love selling new stuff because they got commission on that. As a result, they tell you that buy a new car, don't buy pre-owned one. I can say that you are lucky enough if you would be able to understand, to spot the root reason why you wanna buy a new car instead of pre-owned one. And for those of you who are not influenced by any of these reasons, but still considering buying a new car, the next argument is the possibility to add more features and options on top of a stock car. It might be things like 4-zone climate control, adaptive cruise control, self-driving capabilities, sport package, and many others. All of these things makes your car personalized and to stand out from other owners of the same car brand and model. It shows that you are ready to pay for such exclusion. However, on the other hand, in a couple of days, weeks, or months, you probably wouldn't even use those features and those exterior enhancements that you would pay for around 50% more than for a stock car. So I recommend you to first consider what are the most critical features you would need from such car. Another argument that you might hear from others is that you would have the latest technologies. It's just a great marketing trick that companies like Apple uses constantly. Each year we hear that they produced and presented the new iPhone, which is the greatest one and the most powerful one. However, if you would compare the new iPhone with the current one, we would see that there is just a slight improvement in performance, in camera, and in display. And only if you would make a comparison between iPhone 8, for example, and the new iPhone, yes, then we would see a big leap in performance, in technologies, and in general overview. And same principle is applied to cars. Only once per 4 to 7 years, there's a new version of a car presented with great new technologies and those that are improving our driving experience. So once you are picking a car, choosing to buy a car, just consider to buy a car that is not older than 8 years, because then definitely you will have outdated technologies and miss some of great driving experiences. Probably the good reason of buying a new car is warranty, because maintenance of things like engine might cost up to several thousands of dollars. And if your car is in a warranty period, it will be changed and fixed for you for free, and you wouldn't have such headache. So having a warranty for 3 to 5 years and, I don't know, about 60k mileage, it's a strong benefit towards buying a new car. But now let's cover some of disadvantages that buying a new car has. And first and main is of course cost and instant depreciation. Because as soon as you leave the showroom, your car prices got lower by 15 to 20%. And if you would make a decision to sell it and buy some other cars, yeah, you would lose decent amount of money. However, as I originally told, buying a car is not a financially rational decision. I'm pretty sure that you are aware of such risk and you just accepting it. So just please pay attention that your car price is not only the price of a car, but also some fees and taxes like sales tax and registration fees. Please write in comments what others arguments, pros and cons have you heard about purchasing a new car. We'll be glad to read all of them. And now let's talk about buying a pre-owned car. People usually call them used cars, but I don't like such terminology because for me it sounds like a used condom. And it's definitely not the best naming for a car that you're planning to drive. And here I'd like to mention that it doesn't make sense to compare new cars to cars that are more than 5 years old because, yeah, then definitely there will be outdated technologies, not the best driving experience, servicing costs might jump significantly, and many other problems. So it makes more sense to compare to something like 3 to 5 years old. And the very first and the most beneficial argument towards buying a pre-owned car is of course price. I mean, a car that is 1 or 2 years old might cost 20k less than the new one. However, still having the latest technologies, having the same exterior visual as the new car. So people on the street will still think that you're pretty successful, that you're able to afford such a car. Next argument is reliability, because if you would buy a car that is 2 to 3 years old, you would be able to see the history of servicing and see what parts have been changed. And if you would see that in this car there were so many changes, then it's definitely not the best and most reliable car and doesn't make sense to buy it and use it afterwards. Instead, look for another car brand or model. One of interesting advantages is the ability to negotiate the price. You would be able to test out your negotiation skills and see how you can lower the price furthermore in comparison just to depreciation. If you don't have that much skills, it's still okay. You can just try out and see how you can lower a little bit more. And the last advantage is lower taxes and fees, because anyway, some of them were paid by a first owner, and now for you, there will be less amount of money that you would need to spend additionally, apart from the price of a car. And to be professional, talk about some of cons of buying a pre-owned car. And first is of course that you don't know who was the previous owner, so what his was habits, driving experience, driving style, and how he behaved while driving. But there are ways how you can reduce that risk. First one is to request a servicing history. Next one is to request a crash history. At least these two things will help you to better understand what was the driving style and experience. And next thing is to request a vehicle inspection to have a better understanding what are conditions of a car, what is the actual state of a car, and whether it requires some maintenance in future. Having done these 2 steps, you will be able to reduce this risk significantly and then have a clear picture of what a car is and whether it makes sense to purchase such car. The next disadvantage is limited options because you're buying a pre-owned car, meaning that these features were picked by somebody else. Luckily for us, the market is wide enough and we can find many cars that are being sold, pre-owned cars, with the set of features that even we are expecting from a new car. So you will be able to show your car to a neighbor who has been sharing the coolest technology of his newly bought BMW. And lastly, it's a necessity to spend some time researching the market, looking for a proper car and talking to car owners. But in comparison to spending 20k additionally on a new car, I guess spending some time daily on looking for cars and test driving them will pay off significantly. If only your hourly rate is not $500, then of course buying a new car is a better option for you. For myself, I made the decision that as soon as I will finish with my other financial goals and will start saving money for a car, it would definitely be a pre-owned car with an average mileage of 2 to 3 years and average number of features and options. Because I just don't want to spend too much time looking for exact feature set that only luxurious versions of car has. I got understanding that I shouldn't care too much about other opinions because there are millions of people around us, and if I would spend time thinking about it, I will just go crazy way before I will purchase that car. Another reason why I don't wanna buy a new car, because I have better ways how to spend those additional $20,000. I mean, I can invest in stock market, invest in my own business, I can go on vacation, I can help my friends, family in my country. There are tons of ways how you can spend those money but not buying a new car. And I personally don't care if someone else has been sitting there before me. I can ask a cleaning service to clean a car, and then it will smell even better than it has been smelling before the first owner. I hope this video helped you to better understand what option to choose. And if you wanna know more about how to set a financial goal, I encourage you to check out the video mentioned here. And if you wanna know how you can earn more money via some side hustles, check out video where I shared top 11 ways to earn more money in order to buy a car of your dream. And I much appreciate if you can support my channel by hitting the like button and subscribing to it. Thank you for watching and see you next time.